Hi everybody, today we are in Markham. We're looking at this 2009 Ford Expedition, first responder vehicle. It's outfitted with lights, sirens, etc. White in color. It's got 68 or 63,000 kilometers on it. I forget, we're going to look in a second. It's in okay condition. It's definitely a service vehicle. Most of it has been repainted. Some things have been moved, replaced, things like that. Let's see that kilometers while we're here, because I forget. 68,832. We did VIN verification right there, and in the windshield. Might not see in the video. There we go. But to go over things that are visually issues, like I said, most of the vehicle has been repainted. There's overspray throughout, touch-ups. The bumper has been repaired. Looks like there's some kind of maybe glue or something, some kind of brush paint. So there are plenty of things that aren't quite perfect. The headlight, a little old, a little heat, probably from the emergency lights. Push bumper is there, seems to be in good condition. Sirens with lights all around it. This headlight seems to be in decent condition. The hood alignment is a little off. This gap is smaller than this one, as you can see. And I'll show you inside the hood later. That fender, that driver's side fender, has been adjusted and moved. I don't see signs of major accident, but there are, like I said, little things throughout the vehicle that show me that it has been repainted, repaired, etc. There's a bunch of dings and dents along here, and along as this weather strip has been damaged with this front weather strip as well. The windows are all original Ford windows, so that's good. Windshield's in good shape. I don't see any cracks or anything like that. We look, there's more dents here. I'm going to jump up on the roof so you can see that. There was probably a light bar up here at some point. There's spots that are some rust coming through. It looks like they have been filled. And it's a little beat up here. Dings, dents, things like that. You can see that. These rocker panels have also been replaced. They are metal, but you can tell that they have been quickly replaced and repaired. So you can see the paint line here where they painted that, and the tape lines here throughout, where you can tell that the car has been repainted. Where the strip has fallen off a little bit there. So we're getting around it. Like I said, there are a good amount of things visually not perfect with the vehicle, as is most service vehicles. They spend a life of work. There is some rust coming through around the tailgate handle. You can see that, and then on the bottom down here. So the tailgate's starting to get a little rusty. Some marks, some repaint work throughout. Again, rockers, a little rust starting to come through there. Door bottoms are okay. Little stuff here and there. You'll see all those photos a little closer up. Looks like there's some kind of possibly spray foam or something in there to cover up the hole. Not sure. A little rust starting in the driver's door bottom. There is damage on this side as well, in this rear weather strip, as you can see. A couple of dings. But we'll go over the wheels, tires, look at the undercarriage real quick. So this is the driver's front. All tires are matching Michelins. They're 2015s. The treads seem to be in pretty good condition. There's about 830 seconds left on them. So they are in good shape. Not much use or mileage on them. I see there's some surface rust on suspension components and stuff. Brakes in the front. Rotors are decent. A little bit of a lip, but not too much. The front pads you can't see in this here, but there's about 50% left. These rims are a little rusty. Probably do more sitting than anything. While we're here, we can look at some undercarriage. You will see better photos in the report, but as you can see, there's been some weld there where the rockers have been replaced. Surface rust on the frame. Nothing too crazy. And I found over here, major issues. Body mounts all look pretty decent, things like that. But there is, like I said, some stuff has been replaced. Suspension components on this side, a little rusty, but everything looks to be in order. No major issues. There's also no major leaks or anything like that. Looks fairly dry under here. A little bit of transcolor lines, seepage. Suspension components, there we go. And this is the right side of the vehicle. They look okay. No major damage or anything like that. There is a little bit of leakage right there, which is like, looks like it's come from the transfer case. A little bit of an axle seal there or something. A little bit. These tires are matching the other side. Said about 7-8 seconds. All look pretty good. And they are Michelin 2015s. Again, slightly rusty rotors. Rims. Rotors are decent. Pads. I don't know if you can see in there. There we go. About 50%. There is a bit of flakiness on the chassis right here. As you can see, right in that kick down area. Body mounts are okay. Nothing major. Exhaust looks to be there. It sounds like it's not leaking or anything like that. Had it running. Again, these rockers I replaced both sides. You can see some weld spatter and such there still. Some exhaust. Rear tires, similar to their back, to the front, good condition. 2015s as well, matching Michelins. Rear brakes, rotors are okay, not a big lip or anything like that. The pads are pretty new. You'll see those photos better, but there's about 85-90% left on those pads. Rear frame area looks okay. Surface rust as per usual, but I don't find anything major wrong with any of the mounts or anything like that. Spare tires there. Does have a hitch. Again, nothing major under here. Looks as it should. Last tire, again, is matching Michelin with good tread left on it. A 2015. No issues. And brakes do match the other side. About 90% left on these pads in here. There you go. Look in the interior, the vast interior of the Expedition. No major rust or anything here. Seat backs are a little dirty. And there's some buttons for some components. I don't know what they are. Tailgate's not too bad. There is some paint peeling. You can see some evidence of rust starting underneath that lip. Probably has been repaired. It's definitely been repaired, repainted. So there are a bunch of lights throughout this vehicle. Here they are. I can't seem to get them to work though. I'll show you switches and stuff eventually, but into the rear compartment. These seats do all fold down as they should. And they flip all the way up as well, and I did try that. Third row seating, start back there. They're in decent shape. Leather, no major rips or tears. That's not a rip, that's a stain. Some stains here and there, a little dirt. Headliner is decent. Again, stains and dirt and stuff, but kind of to be expected in a service vehicle. Looks like a little bit of water stainage there, actually. Maybe from an old leak in the roof, from the light bars. Floors are good, as rubber floor mats. They look good back there. Seat belts, I don't find any major damage or anything like that. They all look pretty decent. This second row seating is pretty good. Again, leather, all in pretty decent shape. The floor looks good over here. Somebody's dirty tissue I'm not touching. Back of the center console looks pretty decent. We'll go around to this door panel looks good as well. Nothing's broken or anything like that. For the most part, the interior looks pretty decent. Just a little dirty. Door panel looks good. This is the passenger side front. No major rust or anything in the door. Floor, again, mats look pretty good underneath there. A couple of holes in the console where some things were mounted, etc. Front seat, little worn, a little dirty, mostly dirty. This one's not a power seat. All looks pretty decent though. In the glove box, we do have the owner's manual. It is in here. Dashboard looks pretty good. Top is good. No major issues. I'm gonna go to the other side. The rear. Again, you see those rocker areas. This seat looks good. Not too much wear and tear. A couple of marks on the seatbelt, but doesn't look really damaged. A little bit of a fray right there as well. Very minimal though. Floors look good. Now the driver's seat, unlike the rest being leather, the driver's seat is cloth. We'll note that. Headliner. This door panel is okay as well. No major issues. Driver's door panel looks pretty decent. Little dirt, but overall missing a couple of little fill panels there. Also missing the nub for the lock. Like I said, this driver's seat is a little stitched up, a little fixed. Looks like it might have had a rip start in there. A couple of rips in there and in there. So that driver's seat is a little worn, and it is cloth, whereas the rest are leather. Floor here, a little bit of a wear mark in that floor there. That rubber mat starting to wear through, and a little bit of rust under there. Steering wheel is fairly worn and dirty looking, as you can see. So it has gotten a good amount of use for 63,000 kilometers. We will, you know what, we'll look under the hood first and then we'll get back in and start it up. Cup holders. Here's all the switches for the lights. Console. Here's the little controller for the sirens. Look under the hood real quick. It is equipped with the 5.4 Triton. Under the hood, it's a little dirty, but I don't see any major issues. The valve covers all look pretty clean, things like that. Belts look decent. No major issues. I tested your oil. It's decent in the fill spout and your dipsticks on the other side. And I tested that, it came back with a green light, so we are good. It's a little dirty, probably could use a change soon. And you can see a PVC line. Little heat has gotten to it. And some surface rust on some of these other lines, things like that. Power steering reservoir, a little wet. Looks like maybe it's leaking a little bit, or somebody spilled it. But there is wetness around there, on that line. Test your coolant, which is in here, and it looks good. Good, negative 43. Your brake fluid is at 2% humidity, so it's okay for now. As you can see, like I said before, this fender has been moved or replaced. Hood looks okay. There is some things going on here. A little bit of repaint action, some rust covers, things like that. Battery is decent. Was at 12.6 and 14.8, I believe. Like I said, I can't get the lights to work. I did get the siren to work. It did make its noise. But there you have it. Oh, you want me? I want to go back in and show you things inside real quick. So start the vehicle. There is a separate running video. When I first started it, it had a strange humming noise to it. Tire pressure monitor's fault. There are a couple of codes in the computer, which I will put in the report. Aftermarket radio works. Touchscreen works, etc. So all these things do seem to work okay. So all that does work. Can't get that to. So we got some of these lights turn on, but I'm not quite sure. We turn all these on or off. Lights don't come on in this panel, and nothing. I walked around the vehicle and then the lights are flashing. So we do have that. This, however, does seem to work. We you can hear that. So everything seems to work. So there you have it. 2009 Ford Expedition, first responder vehicle. As usual, thanks for watching. This is AJ with Car Inspected, and we'll see you next time.